Hi, everyone, and welcome to TWF Friday Night Smackdown. Corey Graves, Renee Young, and Wade Barrett here. And today on Friday Night Smackdown, we are going to have the TWF Women's Tag Team winnings on stake when, when Dakota Kai and Angelina Love take on a team of Madison Rayne and Natalya Neidhart. Corey Graves says, "You think that's going to be a good match?" "Well, I would think so, Corey. It would be a good match," Renee Young says. "We've never seen Madison Rayne or Natalya Neidhart team up together. Neither of them ever worked together, given to the grounds that one was in TNAW, now AEW now, and the other one was in FCW, now WWE now. So, yeah, it'll be good to see those two team up." I'll tell you right now, Corey and Renee, you know, the Wounded Legs started out being foes, being heels, but now I am not being the baby leers. And if you don't know what a baby leer is what we call a good doer in the skilled wrestling business. Wade Barrett says. We just had to break the fourth wall just to tell folks that. So let's go to the match now. Now we got Dakota Kai and Angelina Love in the ring. And we know these two in true life have never teamed up either, given the grounds that Angelina Love spent most of her time in TNAW and never was in the same wrestling business as Dakota Kai is, which being in WWE now. Alright, everyone. This is now what we would call a good day for the Wounded Lead. And I know that a lot of folks out there didn't think, that we could win this. Shit. Wakefulness. But we did. And at the end of the day, we are now the TWF World Tag Team, the TWF Women Tag Team Fighters. Me and Angelina Love. And I have good belief in Dakota Kai and Io Shirai and Asuka that they will also win winnings as well. Yes, in true life, folks, I was a former two-time WWE NXT Women's Tag Team Fighter and a former two-time WWE Women's Tag Team Fighter, so I know I can do it. Oh, you're right, Dakota Kai. You're right about that. I guess I was and you were believe it or not, we both did it. And now whoever is going to come after us for our TWF Women Tag Team winnings, well, hopefully they're going to be a team that that we would like to leer. And even though we do know that Sonya Deville and Shayna Baszler most likely, might take us up on our deal, I don't really think we won't be digging them all out. We don't got Zoe Stork. No, we don't have her doll yet. Io Shirai says so they can't do that. But then again, Kyrie Singh said even if we did, it would be too much digging. Kyrie Singh says, and Asuka says, sooner or later, we just want to know who we're going to be fighting. Well, first off, I just want to let all you know that it would be unfair for all you folks to be out here, in case you want to know who you're going to be fighting for the TWF Women's Tag Team winnings. Now, at the end of the day, I'm going to tell you what. And so here's what we're going to do. It's going to be a fair match because since Kairi Singh and Asuka and Io Shirai or Io Sky, whatever you want to call yourself, you're not going to be in the match. So you need to get going. Hey, well, they weren't going to do, anything wrong. There was no need to do that. Shit. Well, now it's going to be a fair match. And so you want to know the team that you're going to be fighting, for the TWF Women Tag Team Winnings. Well, I would think if I'm picking it, and I think it's going to be, Natalya Neidhart and Madison Rayne. Astronomer says. Yeah, Ecliptor says. And that's going to be the match that we're going to have here today on Friday Night Smackdown. Ecliptor says. Yeah, that's the match we're going to have, Astronomer says. So we're going to do the match now. Well, to be earnest, Corey Graves says, I would have thought that AJ Lee and Amber Moon would have been the first ones, to get shot for the TWF Women's Tag Team Winnings. Since they were the last ones to held them before they lost it to Madison Rayne, lost it to Dakota Kai and Angelina Love. Corey Graves said, well, that's what I thought was going to happen too, Renee Young says. But I guess that it's going to have to yield for another day, I guess, for that to happen. Yeah, Wade Barrett said, I guess that kind of sucks for AJ Lee and Ember Moon then. This is for the TWF Women's Tag Team Winnings. First, they are. Okay. Come on here. Alright. First, they are Natalya Neidhart and Madison Rayne. And they are the TWF Women Tag Team Fighters, Dakota Kai and Angelina Love. Well, one would first ask and say, who's going to win this match, since given the grounds that Dakota Kai and Angelina Love have had some yesteryear of teaming up, both of them being a wounded leg together, and Dakota Kai just body slammed Madison Rayne and a power slam the former first TWF Women's Heavyweight Fighter, Corey Graves said. Well, first off, and there's a bulldog. And first off, I want to say Renee Young says that yes, it is true that Madison Rayne and Natalya Neidhart never teamed up together. And it's true that Dakota Kai and Angelina Love might have more of the upper hand on it. But sometimes teams that were first put together before sometimes end up beating teams that have been together for years, Renee Young says. Well, that might be true, Corey Gray. That might be true, Wade Barrett says. But look, Madison Rayne finally coming back, getting the upper hand on the first New Zealander, South Sidelander, New Zealander, Dakota Kai. And I'll tell you what, Wade Barrett says, Dakota Kai's in a bind right now, with Madison Rayne. And now she just, wrong one, she then brings in, Angelina Love, who in her own right is also a very good skilled wrestler too, Wade Barrett says. Angelina Love was a former TWF women's heavyweight fighter, but also a former TNAW women's heavyweight fighter, Wade Barrett says. And she's from the settled land, believe it or not, Wade Barrett says. And she's got Madison Rayne, a former TNAW women's wrestler, now AEW women's wrestler now. And Madison Rayne now just brings in Natalya Neidhart. Yep. Oh, Natalya Neidhart taking down Angelina Love here. Right now we got two Settlelanders in the ring. Two North Vinlander Settlelanders in the ring, Corey Graves says. And Angelina Love right now would wish that she might think she might have to, team might have to bring in Dakota Kai again. Well, Natalya Neidhart's doing the sharpshooter, and she's gonna put out Angelina Love here, and Dakota Kai just broke that up. And that's all the upper hand, that Angelina Love needed. And now the film's starting to come off of her wrestling wear. We're gonna have to put more film on that. And now Dakota Kai coming in. And just took out Natalya Neidhart with that kick. Madison Rayne's hoping to break it up, but Angelina Love stopped that from happening. 1, 2, 3. Ding. Here is your winners, and still the TWF Women's Tag Team Fighters. Here are your winners, and then still the TWF Women's Tag Team Fighters. Dakota Kai and Angelina Love. Well, Dakota Kai and Angelina Love are still the TWF Women's Tag Team Fighters here in the Toy Wrestling Gathering. By beating the team of Madison Rayne and Natalya Neidhart. Corey Graves says. Well, once again, Renee Young says, we had a great match here. We got to see what Angelina Love and Dakota Kai could do as a tag team once they won the TWF Women's Tag Team winnings, Renee Young says. Yeah, we did, Corey Graves said. We got to see how Dakota Kai and Angelina Love would work as a team. We got to see how Madison Rayne and Natalya Neidhart would work out as a team too, since they never teamed up before. I'll tell you right now, Wade Barrett says, the Wounded Lead, well, they're on some kind of a run. I don't know what kind of a run it is, but hopefully it's going to be for some time. And I don't know who's going to beat Dakota Kai or Angelina Love. And it's not going to be Madison Rayne or Natalya Neidhart. I know that. We'll take it away now to Gene Okerlund now. Thank you, Corey Graves and Renee Young. I'm going to be talking with the TWF Women Tag Team Fighters, Dakota Kai and Angelina Love. All right, Dakota Kai, you being the leader of the Wounded Lead, did you and Angelina Love think you would lose today? Well, first off, Gene Okerlund, I didn't think that we would be losing today at all. To be earnest with you, I didn't think that would happen. Yes, there have been times where tag teams put together have beat tag teams that have been teaming together for years or months. But I don't really think, but sadly, Madison Rayne and Natalya Neidhart, well, it wasn't their day. And you see, we are going to keep the TWF Women's Tag Team winnings for some time. Well, Angelina Love, you got something to say about it, don't you? Yeah, I do got something to say about it, Gene Okerlund. Like Dakota said, we didn't think, we knew we could lose the TWF Women Tag Team winnings. I mean, there have been times where teams put together had beat teams that had been teaming together for months or even years. You know, but the Wounded Lead, they're like, you know, they got a bond. And once you're on the same mindset and got the same goal, no one's going to beat us. And it's sorry that Madison Rayne and Natalya Neidhart just were not going to do it. Well, are you worried about AJ Lee and Ember Moon coming after you? Well, if AJ Lee and Ember Moon want to come after us, or any other tag team want to come after us for the TWF Women's Tag Team winnings, they know where they can seek us out. Alright, that's my talk with Dakota Kai and Angelina Love. Back to you, Corey Graves and Renee Young. Thank you, Gene Okerlund, for talking with Dakota Kai and Angelina Love here today on Friday Night Smackdown. And that's all the time we got here for Friday Night Smackdown. I, Corey Graves, Renee Young, and Wade Barrett. We hope you like Friday Night Smackdown, and we'll see you tomorrow for Rampage or Ram Through.